ranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the play fake on first down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Backed up now, here's second and long. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Right on the money. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. A third down try for the offense.
Cooler 18. Cooler 18. Ready.
Now they'll run the draw. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That pass is incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And the Hurricanes decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and look for room. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here come the Irish, back on offense. A missed field goal ruined the last drive. Now a chance to get points here on this drive in the first quarter. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out.
Grabs it at the 25-inch stride. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. The give to the back. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Off the RPO, complete. And he rollers into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Got him downfield. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. To the ground with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. On the move and looking deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10.
Obviously, 3rd downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass, getting the 1st down, moving the sticks, fresh set of down, continue to wear on this defense.
The Hurricanes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Power football with the run. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on third down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's his second big play for this defense. Man, he does such a great job locking into the quarterback, breaking on the football. 2 interceptions, all
going the other way, and he's got room. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Running back searching for a hole. At the 45 on his way. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown Notre Dame. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The lone back's got it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
He'll push his way out to the 38, pick up a 3. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. They go to the ground. Breaks into the open. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach...
And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Got his man. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Off-play action. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. and they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They'll keep it on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Canes will line up to punt it away. Here's the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse. He lost one down the sideline. Hits him in stride at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Alabama. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hand off from the shotgun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. And the Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll throw on 3rd down. Got his man downfield. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
The give out of the gun. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Fires to the right. Got the big tight end on the corner route. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it out of the shotgun, fighting off the defender. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Man, you just know that offense, they needed that touchdown to try to build some momentum. Hasn't really been going great early in this game, but a nice job being physical at the point of attack and pay it off with the score. And maybe that's just the play they needed to turn this thing around.
They get the extra point on the board, but they're still down 35-7. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Makes it past the marker. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Yeah, you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Now, fourth down.
On fourth down, going to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Canes can really attack on this second and short. The play action fake. Fires downfield. He makes a catch. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Deep shot for the end zone. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Bringing it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Give to the back. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. From inside the 10, here he comes. He makes the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Hurricanes will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. He's got him. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Irish send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24.
First and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Touchdown, Irish! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
And what a job in coverage by the defense. First, the defender able to get his hand on the ball and tip that up into the air. It lands right into his buddy's hands. He has the convoy, and it is off to the races.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. They're going to test the right side with this one. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Canes send out the punt unit.
Number 11, on to punt it away.
Hauls it in at the 25. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. On the ground, it's Sims. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Swings it out to his running back. Turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. With that latest touchdown pass, it might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Canes will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here come the Irish back on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about, create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way...
Intercepted, the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers, because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Quickly out to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Off the play fake. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And the try is no good. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away at. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Gives it to the back on the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. New set of downs after the completion. The give to the back. And some room to work. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Grabs a screen around all kinds of defenders. Touchdown, Canes! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, all the talk this week. Let's find out how things are playing out in this top 5 duel. Texas is in front. They've played awfully well today in DKR. And while there's no Ricky Williams or Earl Campbell out there, this group is fighting. They're up by a field goal over Georgia. Much more on this top 5 matchup should anything change. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive.
Cornhole 88. Cornhole 88. Banner.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to turn the corner on the left. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
This defense giving up ground, and he's finally knocked down at the 26. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. From the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. Got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.